Welcome back if you're just tuning in. You're watching us, Zaliha and Zamel, the double Z's in the house. And our first topic today is talking about business unusual. So let's introduce our guests.
How can business be unusual? We'd like to we'd like to ask this question to Mr. Marzuki Muhammad, who's a certified neurosemantics and NLP trainer. I know NLP, practitioners, they're kind of good at, convincing people to do something. So is that what you do to tell people that you love your job? Is that you do know you love your job? Keep working, keep working.
Well, let's start by introducing yourself. What exactly is a certified neurosemantics and NLP trainer? Sounds like a rocket scientist, huh?
Yeah, man.
Thank you very much for having me here, and thank you to all the audience who's at home watching. Now, what is NLP? Basically, it's about how we organize ourselves. That's basically what it is. I always give this analogy. When your mother gave birth to you, mothers give birth to the children. We go to shops, we buy cars, and when we buy a car, they give us an operating manual on how to operate the car. Yet when our mothers gave birth to us, she did not have that operating manual, did she?
All on automatic.
Oral, automatic manual from the nenek,
Everything was trial and error. So basically, NLP is about how to operate this being called this human being. How he becomes himself, how he does things, and how he can have things in his life. So that's basically what NLP is all about. So it's not rocket science. It's about knowing how we operate our own selves.
I see. Right. So we are accustomed to the term business as usual. Going to the office, do your work, get your gaji, go back. 9
to 5, go home, enjoy the occasional public holidays.
So we are quite intrigued when you want to talk about business unusual. What does that mean, and what's the difference between that, business unusual and business as usual?
You notice that some people on a daily basis, they go to work, but they have to force themselves to go to work. They don't really like the jobs. They don't really like the bosses. They don't like the company, and yet they force themselves just because of the pay packet at the end of the month. So what is the quality of life that they lead in the work day?
Not a happy one.
Not a happy. Is that what you want for yourself? So that's, for many people, it's oh no, I've got to go to work today. It's business as usual. So it's about the quality of life that they go through on a daily basis. Now, on the other hand, you notice some people, they are just gung-ho about going to work. They so enjoy themselves when they're at work, and when they're meeting clients, it is a joy for them. You mentioned about being in this as a host for 7 years now?
I know.
We're not that old.
And you can have people working for 7 years, and it's, oh my God, I've been working here for 7 years, seeing the same face, and yet you can have a situation whereby, oh my goodness, 7 years here, I've got wonderful colleagues working with. So which is the one that you prefer? The one that just goes, oh my God, or you go, oh my God.
Oh my God, I'm proud of that today.
Now, an example told by my friend was he went to Japan, and he saw these girls by the roadside that were this sandwich costume. We wouldn't really be doing that on a conventional normal terms, but they wore their costumes no matter how weird it was. And they would go around being very passionate about their job. They're very proud to actually to represent the company. Why is it that some people stay in that zone no matter how depressing it is? They choose not to go out.
So this is where the knowing about how we operate is very important. You see, we as human beings, we are meaning makers. Things happen around us. Those are just events. Now, depending on the meanings that you put to the event, that will create the state that you are in. So if a person goes to work on a daily basis, the meaning that they put on, oh dear, I have to do this again and again for 7 years.
Sometimes more.
Interviewing weirdos on TV. Just like the one that you have this morning.
No. You're far from that.
So, because they put disempowering meanings to the things that they do, they put themselves into a state of what? Listless, no energy, just fed up. And that's why they can't wait for the weekend. So you have this
Yes.
concept in America is very
TGIF.
TGIF.
Yeah.
We just can't wait for Friday. Thank God it's Friday.
Yeah.
I
For us,
can
it's
go to the ball
TGIT.
game.
Yeah, I got Thursday.
So that's when I met this gentleman by the name of Michael Bash many years ago. He started a company, a freight forwarding company, and he said when he started the company, he wants people to enjoy their work. I mean, if you are going to work 5 days a week, do you want to be depressed and torture yourself for 5 days in a week and just have only 2 days to enjoy yourself? So he came up with the concept, instead of TGIF, what about TGIM? Thank God it's Monday.
Thank God it's Monday. We
Because
hardly hear that.
I get goosebumps when I hear that.
they put different meanings to the jobs. Instead of disempowering meanings of I've got to serve this guy, I've got to serve this guy, they put on meanings, oh, I have an opportunity to serve another human being.
Yeah.
Wow.
So when Michael Bash, he started this company, he, you know, in the early days of the company when there was not much business,
Yep.
he had one employee, a counter staff in Jacksonville, Florida. It was already Friday afternoon, so for most people it's already TGIF.
Yeah.
But this girl, Diane, she received a frantic call from a young lady from Michigan.
Okay.
And this young lady was already beside herself. Oh, I don't know. My wedding is tomorrow and my wedding dress hasn't arrived yet.
Okay.
So she was all frantic. And Diane, because she has this TGIM attitude, wanting to serve, she said, poor girl, her wedding dress is not there yet.
Yep.
And she started to ask her, from which store did you buy it and who was supposed to send it? And it was not even their company.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
So she, being in the courier business, started calling all the courier company
Yep.
and found out, this is Friday afternoon, that the dress was in Ohio.
Oh.
Wow.
She's in she's in
Michigan.
Michigan.
Yeah.
Now, Friday afternoon, she called up the company. There were no more flights.
Ayo.
So what would you do if tomorrow's your wedding and your wedding dress is about 500 miles away?
Oh, you're asking the wrong person. I'll just buy a new dress.
Buy a new
simple
dress in
solution.
Michigan.
Yeah, man. So how did they actually solve the problem?
Yeah.
So Diane called up her pilot in Ohio, said, look, I know it's none of our business, but the poor girl is going to get married tomorrow.
Yep.
Why don't you go to that company, pick it up, and fly it to Michigan?
Wow.
And that was what he did. He just picked it up, flew it to Michigan, and just delivered it. It was Saturday morning.
Wow.
He delivered it to the house, and the girl was just so happy to receive a dress.
Right.
The only thing that she was not happy about her wedding was
The groom didn't
the
arrive?
guests.
We asked our
Ooh,
fellow
you preempted
Malaysians.
me. Not that. Instead of the guests talking about how beautiful the dress was, they were talking about how the dress got there.
Oh. Which is
so
actually
they
good.
knew about the story
There's
of
a
the
wonderful
dress.
history to
You can
that.
actually Google
Nah.
it if you want to. But we asked our fellow Malaysians, what is it about, business as usual that, got them in a trap or,
Or
feel
business
depressed
unusual.
about.
Yeah.
So
Let's take a look.
let's see what they have to say.
Yeah.
Is really through what we are as a company. Our core values. We have 4 core values: service excellence, respect, teamwork, and continuous improvement. And I think all 4 go into making us a unique business, or a unique place to work. And I think this is something in which we are striving very hard to do, is to make ourselves stand out, both from our competitors and from other employers, as well as a place to work and as a place to come and do business with us. So I think that's key, to have the right sort of culture. To have a culture that really defines who you are, because you can have the same business but have a total different way of doing it. And I think for us, continuous improvement is a huge one for us, to always look to be better than tomorrow than we are today. Service excellence, obviously going the extra mile for our customer, respecting one another and really working as a team, trusting in positive intentions and driving that, and having a lot of fun while doing it.
Okay.
We just cannot deny anything that he says. See, he's spot on.
What he was mentioning there that caught my attention, he mentioned continuous improvement is a big thing for us.
Yep.
Now that's putting empowering meaning to continuous improvement. A person who does not put empowering meaning could put continuous improvement is a chore.
Yeah.
I have to keep on improving and improving. So notice how the body language will just go into that person. So that person will be in a state of, oh, I have to do it again
Very blah.
and again and again. But a person like that who says continuous improvement is a big thing for us, he will on a daily basis will be looking, what else can I improve today? So for him on a daily basis, business is unusual. I'm doing something wonderful. I'm doing something powerful. I'm doing something that is serving others.
Yep.
So that gives him that extra energy to do things.
Okay.
Now, for some of us, you know, our viewers, they might go through this kind of, you know, rut, if we can call it that. If they feel trapped in their career, they've been there, you know, 25 years, no promotion.
Long service award je dapat.
Yeah, man, long, you know, a plug and that's it. What kind of continuous improvement can they do, you know, after being in the line for like 20 years and you know, they don't see any significant changes, but not to be disheartened or discouraged? What's in it for them?
When you asked that, I remember just a couple of days ago, I was conducting training for a group of executive PAs, and the topic that I was talking about was dealing with difficult people, and I gave a quotation from Dr. Stephen Covey, the late Dr. Stephen Covey. He said that if you think that that is the problem, thinking that that is the problem is the problem. So the first step is to be able to manage your or quality control your thinking.
Okay.
It's the way that you think about things that's causing you the problem about what you are facing. So in neurosemantic NLP, all that we're doing is learning or relearning how to think for ourselves. Because the moment we think and feel, we are creating a state. So when you feel in a negative way, in a disempowering way, you feel listless, you lack the energy to do things, and you just fed up about doing things. Now, you are faced with that same thing over and over and over again. So you have a choice of how do you want to think. So now, knowing that you have that choice about meaning making, so you can think differently. How can you think positively about things so that you feel wonderful? That create that empowering state that gives you that edge, that energy to go forward, so that every day business is unusual for you.
Well, in your line of training, how do you actually help them to start coping with the stresses of their daily works, their daily lives as well as their work? I mean, early on in the show, Zaliha mentioned that her former boss actually said that if you're not happy with your job, basically
if
you're not happy with the
yourself out
job,
of bed every day,
if you drag yourself,
about it.
find a new job. Is that what you should do? Should you try something new?
Venture out, especially if you've been in the line for like 15 years.
Should you be an accountant and then banker and then become a TV host?
Become painter, artist, painter.
It depends on the situation. I can't give a blanket answer for that.
Okay.
The thing about it is that, do you like what you're doing? Do you enjoy what you're doing in the beginning? Because it could be that you may lose that feeling because you are not able to handle the situation, but you still enjoy what you're doing in the first place. Or it could be that you have come to a point in your life that you need some change. So if that is the case, then by all means go for change. Now the question is that the reason why you don't like it, is it because the meanings that you put, these empowering meanings that you put, or is it because that, I would say, the term has come for you to end that? Because in our life, we go through different phases. And as we go through different phases, you want to be able to know how you are progressing. Now, if you have come to the end of a phase, by all means just leave and do something else. But the question is, are you leaving that place because you are unloading the blame on others, unloading the blame on the boss, unloading the blame on the work? Or is it because it is a genuine case, because your heart's desire is no more there? Your heart's desire is somewhere else, because you may desire to be, say, a singer, and it's no more there. Now you would rather be a compare.
Oh no, I still want to go singer. I don't care.
No, don't choose, but you can have both.
Yeah.
All right.
I can have
All right. So, would you care to share with our fellow viewers what's going to be happening? I know there's a program coming up. You know
Yeah,
how to
Thursday and Sunday.
Yes.
how to be happier. You know,
Yeah.
it
Yes.
all boils down to
Yep.
being happy.
And
so,
where can we contact you?
Yeah. Next Thursday and next Sunday, I'm just going to have a short presentation to just assist people, to help people in just managing the way that they think and feel, so that the quality of their experiences on a daily basis is always unusual for them. So we are having this in our office. Now, on next Thursday, it will be in the afternoon, 2:30 to 4 o'clock.
Yep.
And on next Sunday, we are having it in the morning,
The
11.
details are there on the screen.
right
You
there
can
on
see
the
that.
screen,
So-
Thursday.
Yep. Please take note.
2:34 p.m. Excuse me. Sunday, 21st October, 11 a.m. 12:30 p.m.
So
Just
for more
e-
information, the website or the email is there.
The
on the
email
screen.
there is
Yeah.
there.
All right.
So I would
like
just like
that.
to mention that our meeting room is not that big, so I'm going to limit it to only about 15 people.
Alright.
So I'll take the first 15 to
15
Alright.
people per session.
per session.
You
15
need.
lucky
I think you need only 13 because you have 2 already.
Excellent.
All right, so thank you so much for joining us. Coming right up, we're going to be talking about the resolution for National Education Convention 2012.
Yeah.
But before that, we're going to make a quick visit to the Temple of Fine Arts. So stay with us on Hilo on 2.
Don't go away.